And Ken Tomash has another dugout show from Terry Park.
That's right, guys. The Sox are back home after a long, long road trip. They've been away more than 2 weeks, played 10 games on the road, went 6-4. Now they're back in the friendly confines of Terry Park. It is United Way night. They're going to be having some great promotions going on tonight. They'll be giving away some turkeys. It's going to be a great night overall for baseball. The Bradenton Explorers are in. The Explorers have won 3 in a row. And so there'll be a good match for the Sun Sox tonight, who start the night after the 6-4 road trip, just a game out of first place in the Southern Division of the Senior League, right behind those hot West Palm Beach Tropics. With me now, we are pleased to have on the Dugout Show Senior League Commissioner Curt Flood. Curt, we are 3 weeks into the season now. What are the most positive things you have seen and some of the couple negative things that you might have seen in 3 weeks?
Well, you're not going to trap me into saying anything negative about my guys. Wait a minute, Ken. Hold it. Well, you know, a lot of answers to questions that everybody's been asking about us, about our league, and who we are and what we're all about. Questions that we've been asking ourselves, Ken. And we find that these guys can play baseball up until here recently, until we put our show on the road here. We weren't really sure. They weren't really sure. Of course, the true optimist here, I knew these guys could play baseball. Anyways, those are some of the answers, the questions that have been answered for us. Do we have a good product? The answer to that is yes. I've seen great baseball in the last couple of weeks. And you have too, I know that.
Yes, we have. Are you concerned at all, though? Let's take a look at some of the attendance figures. You have some cities doing very well. West Palm Beach, Fort Myers are drawing well. You have some problem areas in some cities like Orlando, Bradenton, and St. Lucie. Are you concerned about that at this point yet, or do you think that'll work out?
Well, I think, of course, I'm concerned about it. However, I think it will work out because the weather's changed up north. It's getting very cold in Massachusetts, and as soon as that happens, and when the season starts here for tourists to come to Florida, I think you're going to see a lot of people that want to see baseball, and they've heard about us. They want to see what's going on. They want to enjoy baseball, and I think the attendance will reflect that.
And overall, the last 3 weeks we've seen it's been almost like I don't want to say real baseball because it is real baseball, but I think a lot of people are taking it a lot more seriously now than they did maybe 3 weeks ago.
Well, I sincerely hope so. As serious as they take Steve McCaddy over there.
There he is. All right.
Yes, and see, the thing is, what you expect senior baseball to be and what you perceive it to be, you can't really be sure until you come and see us play. I know for a while people thought that we would be very fat bodies rolling around in the outfield, but when they see these great athletes out here doing fantastic things, I think we're going to be all right.
And maybe some folks will get out here and see it tonight. The Bradenton Explorers playing the Fort Myers Sun Sox. Curt, it's a pleasure as always to have you on the Dugout Show. Thank you so much for being with us. Another note from baseball, from the majors now. Third baseman Kevin Mitchell of the San Francisco Giants was named the National League's most valuable player today, beating out his own teammate Will Clark. That 1-2 punch led the Giants to the National League Championship before they lost to the A's in the World Series. Pedro Guerrero of the Cardinals finished third. Now let's tee up some golf news. The 13th annual Patty Bird Pro-Am Invitational drew a field of 24 area pros and 72 ladies, plus Patty Bird herself today at Cypress Lake Country Club. The pros, guys like Tom Case Jr., here teeing off on number 5, all played with a team of 3 ladies. Marion Heck, 67, was the low score for the pros, and the foursome of Jeff Heileman, Marge Stiglman, Irene Preiser, and B.B. Perry won the team competition. Now, of course, Patty Bird is a golf legend. Another golf legend could be coming to Southwest Florida next year. Jack Nicklaus says he's going to play on the senior tour after his 50th birthday in January. Now, there had been some talk the Golden Bear wouldn't play on the seniors tour, but he will be here. And can you imagine this? The Aetna Challenge field that will be played down in Naples next February could include Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, Lee Trevino, and Gary Player, 4 of the greatest players of all time. That would be something to watch. Now, let's talk football. The Denver Broncos have the best record in football after beating the Washington Redskins last night. They are 9-2, tied for the lead. Let's show you some highlights. John Elway couldn't play. Gary Kubiak had to start at quarterback. He threw 2 touchdown passes on the night. This one to Melvin Bratton tied the game at 7 in the first quarter. He later found Ricky Nattiel in the second from 5 yards out, and the Broncos won it 14-10. At 11, we will show you the highlights from this game as you look at Ricky Nattiel making a great catch. And if all this other stuff I've talked about isn't enough to get you out here, you'll want to come out just because I'm going to sing the national anthem tonight, or attempt to, so I know all you music lovers will love to see this. Jim and Maurice, I know it's your favorite thing when I do this.
Yeah, certainly is, Ken. Thanks very much.
Okay.
Coming up next, reporter Hoda Kotb tells us how farmers and Mother Nature team up.